patients. And hey, she's a milagro. Probably will eat this.
Tell us who you are.
Okay, my name is Paul. Oh. My name is Paul Pablo Gasner. Paul Pablo Gasner. Okay, and so it all started when I was born in upstate New York, Schenectady, New York, in case you needed to know. And okay, every time I started to put these notes down, I fell asleep. That's what this medicine does to my brain. Okay, in upstate New York, when I was 9 to 15 years old, I was a newspaper boy. Okay, and then when I was 15 to 18, I worked in a grocery store, a market, when I was going to school. And okay, oh yeah, in 1956, I avoided the draft, and so I went to Air National Guard. Air National Guard. And so I did that. G-U-A-R-D. I did that. Anyway, Air National Guard. I did that for 6 years. And one Sunday out of each month, I would go to the base in Schenectady, New York, and I worked on jet engines. And okay, let's get back to when I was working as a grocery store until 1950. And then when I was from 18 to 20, I worked building houses in upstate New York. Okay, so that's it. I actually wrote this down. In 1959, I came to Glendale, California, and because my aunt came to New York to see my mother, and also their mother had just died, so it was a funeral. They noticed how bad my mother was with cancer. So my aunt, she said to me, my mom's sister, she says, you're going to California. And my mother already had cancer, but she could teach a lot of medicine for pain. So we moved to California, and then my aunt said, come to California, because your mom's really sick. So she said to my mother, Bernice, your wishes have been made. You are going to Southern California with your son Paul. So we couldn't fly on an airplane because my mother had too much pain, so we had to go on a train, which was really bad, made the pain worse.
Yeah.
And so it took us, I don't know, 3, 4 days on the train. So anyway, we finally got to the Glendale, and then she went right into the hospital. And so basically what happened with my mom. And so, within 3 weeks, she died. She died. She's only had 3 weeks of being in California for 3 weeks. But then my aunt said to me, would you like to live with us in California? And I said, oh, yes. You mean where the sunshine? Go swimming? Yes. Anyway, I want to make a note here. Our family, our friends, and our relatives didn't believe in God. None of them did, according to me also. So we went to California because my father's alcoholism got really progressively worse. So it was actually good for my mom and I to be away from my father, who was an alcoholic. Like I said, in 1959, this was the best time for my mother and me to get away from my father's alcoholism. Okay, now we're in Glendale. In Glendale, my aunt said to me, you're going to college. I said, yeah, but I didn't do that well in high school. She said, well, I signed you up. You have an appointment in 2 weeks. So that was a blessing. So going to college actually changed my life because I was doing well in college. I did very well, and so I was really happy. I took voice training. I took voice training classes because I love to sing. And so then I met a guy in my voice training class, and then invited me to my uncle's house. We had a swimming pool, and so he came with a couple of his cousins. And anyway, I worked for my uncle for a little bit, and then I went to college after about 3 months. And so when my friends were getting out of the swimming pool, he said to me, Paul, would you like to go to CE? I said, what is CE? He said, CE is Christian education. I said, what's that? He says, you like it, come along anyway. So I went, and this is the beginning of being with Christians. Again, I wasn't a Christian. And then they said to me, would you like to join the choir? And I said, yeah, I'd like to sing. And then when I was in the choir and meeting some of these college students, they said, how would you like to go to the beach? I said, what do you do on the beach? Oh, we play volleyball. I said, I don't know how to play volleyball. So I really like volleyball, and I like being hot, being in the sun. Fun in the sun. And so, yeah, they said, would you like to go to a Bible study? I said, what's that? Oh, we study the Bible, and well, come along, you might like it. And I did, because I was a student, and now we're studying the Bible. I was studying different things in college, and then I studied the Bible in the church. And then, so in Glendale, I went to college. Okay, I think I worked at another place. It's called the Pacific Bell. I was an apprentice as a telephone installer. That was good. But I was a perfectionist, and they let me go because my work was perfect. It wasn't fast enough. So they let me go, even though my work was good, and I couldn't change for some reason. Anyway, so my friends in my church in Glendale, they said to me, "Hey, Pablo, my son and his brother are going to Glendale. I mean to Burbank. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to Berkeley. Sorry, I get that down." And so then, and I was the housemate for several, I think maybe a year. And then for some reason, I always liked church. And so I went to the church down the street, Presbyterian church. Anyway, so, and then I went to Merritt College. And actually graduated from Merritt College, 2-year college. And then moving right along, see, what did I do in Berkeley? Oh yeah, in Berkeley I worked at my, anyway, in Berkeley I went to a class that was called photography. And in 1962, I surrendered my life to the will of God. His will is that He wants all of you to be part of His forever family. And I just thought I'd say to you that God does love you. Of course, I never knew that. And I didn't know that God had made a provision for us to become one with the Father. And the provision that God has made through His Son, Jesus Christ. And He is the way. He's not only the way, He's the truth. He's not only the truth, He is the life. He says, no one comes to the Father except through me. And so, in 1962, I surrendered my will to God's will. God's will is He wants everybody in this room, everybody in the world, to have a personal, loving relationship with God the Father, and also God the Son. It's also God the Holy Spirit. And so so there I am. And so, where am I? A big move here. So I went to college in 1962. I surrendered my life to the Spirit of God. And then I went to Hayward. No, I went to Oakland. And I went to, Hayward. The University of Hayward. And I studied photography again. And all this time, I had to go to the Air National Guard base the first weekend of each month. So not only do it in New York, I did it here. And I studied to be a jet engine mechanic. And I took training for that in Illinois and Urbana. And then, so I'm studying, but then I went to Hayward and they said, what do you want to study? I said, I don't know. They said, just give me the catalog. I didn't know about catalogs and college and all that. So I flipped the catalog, went through that, and I said, oh, I like this recreation. Whoops.
Oh, recreation.
I like this recreation. Oh no, my counselor said, no, that's not recreation. That's,
Recreation?
no, he said, that's not recreation. That is recreation. And so that's kind of a whole thing. And I like recreation. I was pretty good in, I was pretty good physically. So, so when I was in upstate New York, I did, let's see how that would work. I did, oh gosh, I can just say it. I took 3 years in high school, junior high, then 3 years, that equals 6. I ran cross country for 6 years.
Wow.
The reason I'm saying that because I like to run. It was the only sport. It was the only sport that I did in college. And so and then I did 3 years there. Well, actually 2 years there. And then I got caught up in my life is not perfect. I got caught up in a little bit of marijuana. Never bought it, but it was always available because Satan doesn't want us to grow in our relationship with God. So, but then I left because I wasn't doing well, because the drugs was affecting my studying, and then finally I left. So I came back to Berkeley, and this is another way that God works in people's lives. So I was looking for a place in Berkeley, and I wanted to stay with Christians because some of my best friends were Christians. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that I was on Haste Street near the corner of College Avenue, but I was at my girlfriend's house, and I called this guy who was, it was called InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, and I said, hey, you remember me? And his name was Sam. Remember me? Pablo. Oh yeah, Pablo. I said, I'm looking for a place to stay in Berkeley. Can you know of a place? He says, well, where are you? Maybe you can come and look at it tonight.
No.
I says, I'm on Hay Street, 2710 Hay Street. And he says, really? We're right across the street. 2713 Hay Street. So I lived at that fraternity. I didn't go to school, but they let me stay there in the back. So again, it was God blessed me that way. God's always blessing me. And so I went back there, and then some guy from Campus Crusade, would you like to go and study the Bible? And I said, well, that's okay, but no, we'll give you a scholarship. I said, what's a scholarship? He said, we can give you a scholarship. How much scholarship do you want? And I didn't really want to go to this place because I knew some of these guys. So I said, give me a 3/4, because I didn't think he could do it. Anyway, after 4 or 5 weeks, he said, hey Pablo, we got your scholarship. I said, ay. Anyway, God wanted me at this place down there in San Bernardino. Why did God want me there? Because he wanted me to fall in love with the Bible. And the thing is that I said, well, let's check that out, because I didn't want to share my faith too much, especially with people who are on the beach. People don't want to hear about God when they're on the beach. And so the thing is that something, I'll try it out. I did a couple guys, and no, I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested. He says, I'm with my girlfriend, get over. And so then I did it with this guy. I gave him everything I knew about God and all that God loves him and has a wonderful plan for your life. And so he's going to give you new life in the Spirit. And so he said, no, I'm not interested. So anyway, I did that. And so then I came back to Berkeley. And no, while I was there, I got a job taking pictures at this organization called Campus Crusade. I said, wow, a job, taking pictures and getting paid. Anyway, so that was really interesting. I had to make a choice to go back to Berkeley, where all my friends were, and then I'd be down here in San Bernardino. Anyway, I chose that one because I felt that God wanted me to be there. Anyway, so I studied, I worked at that place for a whole year of developing pictures and all that. And it was kind of great. And so, and then it was a good place to work. And so then, finally I came back to Berkeley, and I decided, in my church in Glendale, we went to Mexico, and I kind of like the people from Mexico. Yeah. But the church in Berkeley, they said, these people invited me back to this place. Says, you can't come, we're having trouble in the church. Anyway, so my friend in Oakland, his name is Miguel Nuno Palayo, he said, why don't you come with me? I'm going to Puerto Vallarta, PVR, Puerto Vallarta. I said, oh, that'd be great. He said, I have aunts and uncles, and you would like it. So I went there, and so I lived in Puerto Vallarta, way up in the mountains, and it was good. And then I came back down, and they found a place for me to live in the city of Puerto Vallarta. And so then I did it for 13 years.
Wow.
But I did it in the winter. I taught English in Puerto Vallarta for 13 years. Then I came back and I taught Spanish here. And that was too much. I was living in two different places. I had my family here and my family in Puerto Vallarta, because I was involved in the church here, and I learned a lot of great songs and met a lot of senoritas. And so, yeah, I'm not perfect. But see, God's whole thing is about it's about giving, but it's about forgiving. Okay, what is God forgiving us from our separation from God? It's that simple. He forgives us for our separation. But through the power and the authority of Jesus Christ, we can become one with the living Father, God, by just saying, God, I surrender to my separation and my being out of your love. I surrender to God's love in 1962. So what does that mean, a new life? I had a new life. We all have physical life, right? But you can have a spiritual life too. And that's the completeness of what God can give you both. Yeah, you don't have to put up with this world. You can have friends who love God and love you. And they can forgive you and you can forgive them. And so, yeah. And so the thing is that, yeah, a lot of people think, oh, those people, you know, they're kind of fuddy-duddies and they don't want to do fun things. They don't want to go to, you know, Christians will dance, but they choose the dances that they go to. Yeah, we dance. We do ballroom dancing. Yeah. And so the thing is that, you know, and you could go to movies. You could have a little bit of wine once in a while. You know, it's a good life. What's a good life? Okay, with 1962, not only was I also physical, I became spiritually. So I have two lives, the physical and the spiritual. What does it mean? That means power. That means love. That means to know there's another life out there. God is really touching me right now. The Spirit of God is touching me. Right now. He's touching me. God, this is touching me right now. One of my Christian friends, her name is Marguerite. She says, Pablo, we know that you're going to heaven sooner than us because you have pancreatic cancer, but God is giving you a little preview, giving you a little preview of heaven. And that's, if you think what I've said about having a new life in the Spirit, you have no idea. I have friends. Puerto Vallarta, I have friends. In Oaxaca, Mexico, I have friends. I have friends, even in New Zealand. And they all love Jesus, not all of them. I don't know about the sheep, but most of the people love Jesus. Even in New Zealand. So, God is good. Okay, who speaks Spanish? ¿Qué hora es?
Son las 1:30.
¿Cómo?
Sí.
¿Cómo?
1:35.
1:35. It's 1:35.
1:36.
Do you want to take a question?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to fill up the 2 hours, just the time. You don't have to fill up the 2 hours.
I know.
Okay, but you can take some
I know.
questions, because I have a question.
Oh,
It's okay.
okay, this is a time when she has a question. It's also the time for you to have questions if you like.
Like a question answer time.
Okay,
My question is-
Conida. Conida, hi. Okay.
My question is,
She has a question.
when did you become Pablo instead of Paul? Oh.
Okay. When I went to Puerto Vallarta in 1998.
1998.
I was teaching English, and I kind of liked the name Pablo. And so when I come back to what is this called? It's called Berkeley. Yeah. I come back to Berkeley, so I meet a new person. They said, "What's your name?" "Oh, my name is Pablo." And there's no question. I don't know why. Okay, hey, another question, please.
What, did you go to school in Portland?
Okay, she's my translator because I don't have my...
Did you go to school in,
College in Portland?
did you go to college in Portland, is the question.
Portland?
I thought
No.
that's what I heard, but then,
No.
you're, okay.
No, he did not go to college in Portland.
That's what I thought of the story, but I went a year ago.
Portland?
He went to college at Merritt
No, I
College,
heard that part
yeah.
too. But
And-
just, they had an uncle in Portland with a swimming pool, and the guys who.
Glendale, Glendale.
Okay.
What's the other question? Yes.
So, Pablo, my name's Charles, and a couple of years ago,
Okay, just wait, he's gonna put on his hearing aids.
No, that won't help too much. I want you
Oh.
to translate it.
Okay,
a couple
Okay,
of
I'm
years
gonna-
ago,
I'm going to tell...
just wait.
I had a bad fall, and that's when I came to be aware of you, because you also had an orthopedic thing then too. And I was wondering, you know, if you had any suggestions how, you know, old people can heal, and how they can help prevent, you know, orthopedic stuff from happening in the first place. Do you have any insights from your situation?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
This
Orthopedic?
is Charles, and he's wondering if you have orthopedic suggestions on how older people can take care of themselves or heal.
Or avoid it.
Or avoid it. He's gonna say the pool, I bet.
I would suggest that you would, I suggest that you would change your diet. Of course,
To what?
I'm being serious,
No, I hear you.
and I can't tell you what it is, but there's a lot of foods. Foods can change people's lives. And the next one, what were you?
Yeah, and do you have any other suggestions for things you could do? But you, like for
Orthopedic?
you
Oh, yeah.
exercise.
Swimming. You know, eat your vegetables. No. Broccoli is good.
But the pool helped you heal after you had your accident.
Pardon?
The pool has helped you heal
Oh.
and be stronger.
Anybody wants to feel better, or should say even younger, swimming is the best exercise. Besides, at the YMCA, when you get a membership, you don't get a membership to the pool. You get a membership to the steam room, and the sauna. You can play volleyball. You can take yogi, or what do you call it?
Yoga.
Yoga. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Right on, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I noticed you, you went through it the same time I went through my healing, and you did it pretty fast. We started comparing notes back then.
Okay. When I was doing what?
Well,
That you-
when you were healing.
When you were healing, you met at the same time you met Charles at that
Oh,
time.
yeah. Also, I can't leave out God because God is a healer.
Amen.
And I've been healed twice.
Mm.
One from a back injury that I had for a whole year. I can't know why he waited a whole year,
Yeah,
but I was healed instantly
nice. That's the trick.
in the lower part of my back.
Mm.
Anyone, another question? Please?
Yeah. You showed me once, hi Pablo.
Hi.
You showed me once, it was a program, and I think you were a singer in the program.
Oh, yes, I
Can
sang
you
in
tell us
the...
about it?
Pardon?
Can you tell us about the show that you were singing in?
Oh, that was in, that was in when I was a photographer at Campus Crusade. For some of you people, you could be older. And could you do something with this? No, I can't.
You want your note?
Go ahead and answer it.
Oh, I'm not gonna answer the phone right now. You answer the question about the program you were singing in.
Okay, and some guy His name was Jerome Hines. Anybody who knew Jerome Hines? Krista, you know who Jerome Hines is? He's an opera singer, Metropolitan Opera singer. Oh, Ted, you've heard of Jerome Hines, right?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, he was an opera singer, and he came to this organization when I was a photographer, and they were looking for people. I was going to take the picture of the whole opera, but then I talked to the guy who was getting people for the chorus, you know, and so I sang. I was one of the first tenors, and it's called "I Am the Way," and that's where I learned. But then I sang. Yeah, it was a Christian opera. It was, "I Am the Way." The truth of the life, and also I sang in Berkeley Community Chorus for 12 years. And I sang in the choir at the First Prayers and other choirs. Yeah. Hi, Tanya. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Hey, hi, Jim. Both of you. Yeah.
Are there more questions?
Yes. I'd like to have another question. Yes.
I know you've done a lot of volunteering around the center. Have you always done volunteer work, or when did that kind of get started?
Oh, well, I was teaching English in Fruitvale. Free.
When did that start? When did you start volunteering?
1995.
Okay.
And then, well, when I was a kid, I was always teaching kids how to ride a bicycle and how to play the trumpet, you know. And I used to deliver newspapers in upstate New York, and one of the guys, I like to talk, I guess. Anyway, and this guy said, you sure ask a lot of questions. He said, maybe you could be a lawyer.
Oh, gosh.
And I said, what does a lawyer do? He's doing the same thing you're doing, you're asking questions. Oh, I also like to tell jokes. Yeah. A friend of mine says to me, hey, Pablo, you want to get your name in lights? I said, what do you mean my name in lights? You know, the thing up there in the movie theaters? I said, yeah, that'd be cool. He said, good. Change your name to Exit. I'm supposed to laugh. Hi, Lori. Is that you, Lori? With a black cap on? Louise! I knew it had an S in it. Right. Yeah. So yeah, no. Anybody, if you don't ask me more, yes,
How did your love of music get started?
pardon?
Your love of music, how did it get started? How old were you? What happened?
My mother played the piano in the summer times in upstate New York. We had our doors open, and my mother played this piano. My father played the banjo, and I actually brought, when I was in the Air National Guard, I brought a harmonica. I love harmonicas. And I love to sing. Ah! God's hitting me again. Yeah, my mother was not only beautiful, but she had a good voice. And so, yeah, my father played the banjo. And this guy, I'll never forget this guy. He worked nights and he came up the street, and I think he already had a couple of beers before that. And knocked on the door. He said, hey, what you guys doing? Oh, come on in. Hey, my father said, would you like a beer? And so he came in, and so they had some beer. I didn't drink beer at that time. And I didn't drink at all till I couldn't stop. Yeah, so that's my love of music. And besides, when I heard Johann Sebastian Bach, fell in love with him.
Nice.
But on the bottom of this composition, he said, "To the glory of God." Yes?
I know we can have memories when we're young, and I'm curious about, did you say Schenectady?
Schenectady,
Yeah, what kind of memories do you have of Schenectady,
Schenectady?
aside from being a paper boy? You probably had a lot of contacts through that.
My grannies is, no, this one out. I can still hear. Go ahead. My experiences in
Yeah, what
Schenectady?
kind of memories do you have of Schenectady
Well,
as
actually,
a
I
young
sang in a choir
person?
in Mexico. But I didn't remember anything about God. I don't know why. And then the woman who lived in upstate New York, she said to me, "Can you come to my house because I'm getting those things taken off my eyes?" She said, "Can you, what do they call the things off?"
Cataract.
Oh, yeah, cataracts.
Yeah. She said, "I want you to read this little book." And she said, "Come on over, because I can't see you. Would you read this little book?" And so I said, "Yeah, I read it." I read it for so until she could see again. So I guess a type of volunteering. Yeah, and then, but again, I didn't catch God. I didn't catch it. Didn't catch it. My mother, my grandfather, and my grandmother on my mother's side, they gave me a Bible when I was 15. You know what I did with the Bible? I put it in my treasure drawer and was there for 15 years. So I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it until somebody loved me. I'm glad that they love me. Why do these people love me? Where do they get this love? Where do they get this love? How can they love me? They don't really know me that well. I'm 12 years older than them. And so I figured, well, maybe I'll just start loving people. What did they do? It didn't work. You know, trying to help old age across the street. It didn't work. And so I said to this guy, I tried to love people the way that they love me, and it doesn't work. And so if you can't give me the love that they have for me, if you can't give me the love that they have for me, let's forget this. And I said, wait. No, don't forget it. Can you give me the love that they have for me? Please give me that love. I was talking to a God I didn't believe in, but I was hoping he could hear me, that if there was a God. Well, in 1962, I surrendered my will to the will of God. In His will, He wants all of you to come into His forever family. A lot of people have life insurance, right?
Yeah.
But the people who have accepted Jesus Christ, they have life assurance. Life assurance. That's better than life insurance. This is different, big difference. Hey, Richard. Yeah. Okay. If you don't ask me a couple more questions, I'm going to ask you questions. No, that's not a threat. Yes, sir.
How is it that you sometimes choose other names for people? When my sister says you like to call her something else, and you'll stick to that. And I guess you call you as another name. Have you experienced that before?
Okay,
Yes. Okay. It is a pattern.
I need a translator.
How is it that you choose different names for people than the name they're given? That sometimes when you meet them, your sister sister, what is her name?
Her name's Sandra.
Sandra, that you have a different name for her?
I can't
Well,
recall what it
because
was.
I keep forgetting your name again.
Something associated with something else. I'm
No, I don't. No, I don't associate it. By the way,
You
she
should
looked
see
like
his
my mother.
phone contacts there, all over the description.
No, I don't change names. Yes, Jim.
Do you have any siblings and do you have any relatives still here in California?
A sibling means like a brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Brother or sister?
My brother died in 2000, and he died because he had the same problem that my father had, was alcoholism. Took out, but the difference between my brother and my father, 3 months before he died, he accepted Jesus Christ as his Savior.
And do you
Oh,
have,
my, who else?
do you have other relatives?
Oh, I have a brother in Southern California.
And nephews?
My brother married a wife,
Nephew.
her name was Gladys. Gladys. And then, because my brother had a lot of alcoholism, it's inherited, you know.
Yeah.
And so she left him. And so then they had a child, and he lives in Southern California. His name is Eric Paul Gasner. Good question.
Did your father remarry, or is your brother your house?
Oh yeah, my father, he married a woman who wouldn't put up with the, excuse me, I was going to say that bad word. She wouldn't put up with the guff, or the garbage that he was coming back and being drunk and hitting her too much. So he married a 6 feet Irish woman. Yeah, she put him in line. Good question. It's a good question. He married a 6 foot Irish woman. And you want to go across those people.
Was she the mother of your brother?
What's that?
Was the 6-foot Irish woman the mother of your brother, or was he your older brother who didn't come to California?
No, for my true father. Same father. Didn't I hear
Different
it?
mother?
The same father.
Different mothers? That's
What?
He's asking.
He's asking, do you have a brother, another brother, a half
From
brother?
another-
No,
No.
Okay.
I had one. Hi, Larry. Yeah.
What were some of your favorite TV shows when you were a kid?
When I was a kid? You mean way back there? Oh, I always like, you remember Flicker, and then there was
Oh,
Lassie?
yeah.
And I'm not sure if I got into Gone with the Wind, maybe it was made yet. Yeah. I like the movie actress Loretta Young. She was beautiful. And movies. I always liked movies about, not Flipper, it was called Flicker. I think it was a horse. Oh yeah, Blue Velvet or something. You know.
Well, Zorro.
So?
Zorro, you remember him? This one back there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah. And so yeah. I just want to say that, you know, I didn't really get into the Bible until I went to this photography, this place down there and sharing the good news. And there was a Bible in my dark room, and I really got into the Book of James. The Book of James changed my life. Of course, the Book of John, and Andrew, and Matthew. Yeah. Yeah. So, going to the manual mode. I tested my, I can still hear, but I just don't, I don't hear the sentence. I don't hear the consonants.
Oh.
Yes, what was the other question? Anybody?
I have, what sort of photography do you do?
Oh, I did pictures of nature. I like landscaping. I did some good photography. I actually shot a wedding,
Oh,
and it was at the same place, Tempest Crusade. I shot the wedding. No, I sang at the wedding. I believe. What's his name? What was that? John? I can't know that.
Can you use a microphone so everyone can hear, please?
That's what that's for? Anyway, thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Margaret.
Bye.
She's from Schenectady. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes? Okay, could you speak slower and clearer?
Thank you. I know you were involved with the singing group at the senior center. And I know one of your
We're here.
favorite songs. And I have it right here. And I was wondering if you'd mind if we just sang it.
What is
I bet
it?
you can sing it with me. You have memorized it too, haven't you?
What song?
Those were the days, my friend. Well,
Yeah. Well,
do you mind if we sing it? You're going to try to sing it with me.
closer.
But you want to see the words together?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I know the words.
Yeah, I know the words too, so I'll sing them all.
Okay.
It starts here.
Okay.
I thought we'd just do one verse unless you're up to all of the verses.
Well, you have to ask them out there. Emily,
Pablo.
good.
I know, it's good to see you too.
Hopefully I'll start on the right note
Okay.
so that we don't get too off.
I have a pitch pipe.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, okay.
One and
2, 3, okay.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Once
Upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed away the hours and dreamed all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend. I thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose. We fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days.
I think we need to pitch a little.
Okay, yeah.
A little higher, yeah.
Then there was let me see, hold on.
What's the second?
Then the busy years went rushing by us. We lost the starry oceans all the way. If the chance I'd see you in the tavern, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friends. We thought they'd never end. We sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose. We fight and never lose. For Just tonight I stood before the tavern. Nothing seemed the way it used to be. In the glass I saw a stranger reflection. Was that lonely fellow really me? Those were the days, my friend, I thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose, we fight and never lose. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. There's one more. Wait, one more. Let's do it again. Through the door there came familiar laughter. I saw your face and heard you call my name. Oh, my friend, we're older, but no wiser. For in our hearts, the dreams are still the same. Those were the days, my friend.